Well, the Cincinnati Bengals are leaving for Los Angeles today, and the players are at their peak performance level as they head to the Super Bowl. A former Hamilton-Baden and University of Cincinnati quarterback is playing a role in their success. Patrick Coyne is an athletic trainer and the owner of Black Sheep Performance, where he works with many of the Cincinnati Bengals, and he's live here in our studio. Patrick, thank you for talking with us.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm really excited about this.
So we were just talking during the break. How many guys on the Bengals team do you work with?
So we've had about 26 guys in the past 3 years. It's been an incredible experience. I'm not a guy who likes to claim everyone who comes into the gym as our guys. So we had about 6 guys that came in every single day last year. It's been an honor and a great experience, and it's happy to play a very small role and see these guys excel.
Well, how did you get the opportunity to work with the Bengals? I know you told me your first client was Sam Hubbard.
Yeah. So, funny story, Marcus Rush, who actually played at Michigan State and Moeller, was training Sam in a gym that we used to be in, and I actually walked up and cold pitched Sam. So I walked up and said, hey, if you need any training, I'll do it for free. So we had a great session that day, and he looked at me and said, what time tomorrow? And we're 4 years later.
Oh, that's fantastic. And we've got some video of you working out with Sam and Joe Burrow. I know comes to your gym,
yes,
a few others. What goes into training an elite athlete like these guys?
One, distracting them from, especially this year, keeping them very focused on the end result, keeping them focused on football itself, because there's so much thrown at these guys and people forget that they're actually humans too. So obviously the physical side, but more importantly also the mental and meditation side of it, really getting into knowing how to move the body, but also when to up the stress, when to deload the stress, and how we can really get into making them the best version of themselves, not just as football players, but as humans.
And I guess they have to have a commitment like no other person in making sure they're taking care of their body every single day. Like, they can't really have an off day, can they?
No, off days are important and rest is important,
but
I think that it's evident how well the team committed to themselves this offseason. So I think I love what I do because the work sells itself on Sunday, and I think that these guys are really, it's showing now.
Well, you left, I read in your bio, you left the game of football because of injuries.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's got to be so important when you're working with guys who've had an injury to rehab that slowly. Tell me a little bit about what goes into, because we saw Joe Burrow, that horrible season-ending injury he had last year. How does a trainer help with something like that? I
think people look at the big muscles like, hey, let's focus on the quad, let's focus on the hamstring for the ACL prevention, but even deeper layers than that, it's really getting the confidence back, because as we know, whether you hurt yourself as a non-athlete or as a serious NFL athlete, you lose a lot of confidence in that limb or that extremity that's hurt. So it's our job to give them that mental resiliency that they can continue to do what they love to do. So mental coach is more than just physical.
Well, Joe Burrow sure looks confident.
I think so, right? I think he did a great job. I think he did a great job this offseason.
He really did. Well, every time I watch a Bengals game, when I see him get hit, I almost physically feel it myself.
You are not the only one.
We get so scared. Yeah, how do you feel when you see that?
Everyone who watches games with me knows how passionate I am. It's very hard for me to go to the games because, when you spend countless hours with any human, you're invested in them. And you don't want to see them ever get hurt. So sometimes it's hard, but at this point, what is it, 18, 19, 20 weeks into the season, I have 100% faith.
So you've been with Sam for 4 years. You saw a couple of really bad Bengals seasons.
Yes.
And then this season. How's it feeling for you to see this team in the progress they've made and going to the Super Bowl?
Elation. It's incredible. I'm from Cincinnati myself, so I was with the Bengals when they were the Bungles. So to be able to be a small role in my team and myself, but play a small role, it's incredible. And even better for us, it's a good time to actually see the city get behind the Bengals again. So for us, as lifelong Bengals fans, it's just happy to have some company again.
How will you be watching the game on Sunday? Where and how and with whom?
At my house with my loved ones, my wife, all my friends, co-workers from Black Sheep Performance, and anyone who's been there the past 5 weeks has to sit in the same exact seats.
And I have to wear the same thing.
Yes.
If I'm scared, if I'm not wearing my Joe Burrow jersey, I'm afraid I'm going to make him lose.
I need you to do that.
Okay.
I wear the same socks. I do the same morning routine, and I make everyone show up at the same time. Absolutely.
That's amazing. I love that, Patrick. Patrick Coyne with Black Sheep Performance in Blue Ash. I saw on the website he'll give you a free session if you want to give him a call. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you so much.
Who Dey?
Who Dey?
Okay, we're going to win.